Are you looking for a space where you will learn to improve your mental strength, emotional health, and heal your insecurities from the inside out? Take the first step to living a more meaningful life with the Better Me with Body by Bree podcast. I'm your host, Bree. I'm a certified personal trainer, entrepreneur, and mother of 3. I've helped empower thousands of women to take action through fitness, nutrition, meditation, personal development, and aligning thoughts with action. This podcast is for those who are ready to feel inspired and motivated to live a more purposeful life. Let's grow together. Have you ever heard the phrase open to everything and attached to nothing? This is a quote from Ralph Emerson, and it's actually my motto that I live by. Whenever life doesn't look how I think it should, or opportunities come out of nowhere, I remember my motto in life. I'm open to everything and attached to nothing. In this episode, I want to share with you how detaching from outcomes in my life and being open to all new opportunities has helped me find a sense of peace in every situation. I also walk you through a 7-minute guided meditation at the end so you can implement and practice this motto in your life. Let's get started. Hello, friends. Welcome to the podcast. If you have followed me for a while, you've probably heard me say, all frustration is unmet expectation. So, where do these expectations come from? Maybe we expect a certain person in our life to act a specific way, or maybe we expect to lose 10 pounds if we track macros for a month. Or maybe we expect to have our life work out how we think it should because we made all the right decisions. Well, these expectations are what often lead to disappointment and frustration in our life. And so I want to challenge you to shift that mindset. So I frequently say to myself and those around me, how it's happening is how it's supposed to happen. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. How it's happening is how it's supposed to happen. So this is because in my life, I fully trust that God has my best interest at heart. If you don't believe in God, you can say the universe or your higher power or whatever you believe in. But I truly believe that life is working for me, not against me. So if that relationship doesn't work out, it's because it's not for my highest and best good, right? Or if I don't get the job I want, I know there's a better one out there. If I didn't hit my goal or the opportunity that I wanted doesn't look how I think it should, then I'm not ready for it yet and I have to learn more. So once you stop trying to control what you have no control over, you are free. It's the most amazing feeling. You are not attached to the outcome because you did everything you could and then you let go and you trust. And I cannot tell you how many times I was holding on to a dream or an outcome that I thought I wanted only to have it all fall apart for a better opportunity that I found later on. And how many times do we pigeonhole ourselves because we believe that there is only one correct path for us and we overlook all the other opportunities that are right in front of us? Or how many times do we set expectations for people only to feel let down because they didn't live up to these imaginary expectations that we placed on them? So instead, what if we accepted them for who they are right now in this moment, with no expectations of how they should act or what they should do? Imagine how your relationships would be strengthened, your relationship with your spouse, with your children, with your own parents, with your friends. Like when you take those expectations off of people, opportunities, situations, then you leave open room for all of these new exciting opportunities that you never saw, right? And you leave room to accept people for exactly who they are, where they are. Like, how many times do we put all these expectations on our kids? And we're like, I've done this before with Olivia. I actually just recorded a podcast about this a few weeks ago, but I want her to be like me, right? So I'm like putting her in cheer, putting her in gymnastics. I'm, having her do all this drama because that's what I did and that's what I think she should do. But guess what? She doesn't like it. She's like, Mom, I'm not you. I don't like that stuff. And I'm putting these expectations on her. And it could be easy for me to get frustrated and say, well, why not? Why don't you like this? You need to do sports. But if I just accepted her for who she is, I'm not attached to the outcome. She can be whoever she wants to be. And isn't that just what everybody wants in life, is to be accepted for who you are, not what you can do or what you can be, but who you are right now in this moment. That's like our basic human need. That's what everyone wants. So imagine if you provided that for your spouse or for your child, right? Like your relationships will be so much stronger. So, I want to give you an example of being open to everything and attached to nothing. So, when I was in college, I graduated in broadcast journalism and public relations. And I really wanted to be a news anchor. Or I actually did a internship at Good Things Utah. So I thought that was my dream. Like that's what I wanted to do, was be a anchor on Good Things Utah. And so I worked really hard. I got an internship there. I studied, I moved up the ladder. And as I was there, I quickly realized, wait a minute, this actually isn't the path for me. Like, I don't want this lifestyle. I don't want the hours. I wasn't really impressed with the pay. I was like, oh, this isn't actually what I want. And I felt really lost because I just spent the last 4 years of my life learning broadcast journalism, right? And then I was like, okay, I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm going to go to graduate school and I'm going to go for nonprofit and international development because I love doing humanitarian work. And so I wanted to do something I was passionate about. Well, this whole time while I was doing all of this, I was also personal training and I was still doing all my fitness stuff because that's like where my real heart lies. And so I got through the program and decided, I actually don't want to do humanitarian work as my job because it takes the joy out of it when you have to do it to get paid. So I'm back to square one. I was in a funk for a little bit because I didn't know how I was going to use all my degrees that I went to school for. Well, I knew I loved fitness. I knew I loved traveling and humanitarian work and broadcast journalism. So I decided to be open to everything, and it might not look how I thought, but I started my own company. And that's when I started Body by Bree. And now it's grown into a full-on, pretty big business. Like I have 4 employees that I pay full-time salaries to. We have a whole supplement line, cookbooks, a podcast, training, workout equipment. Like it's blown up into this really amazing business. And I now use my public relations degree, my broadcast journalism. I travel the world and I'm able to donate to my favorite humanitarian causes. And I do humanitarian trips with my husband. So the moral of the story is that I didn't realize all my decisions up until then were actually preparing me for this job. It was preparing me for the life that I wanted to live, for my dream job, which is right now. And if I would have been bitter and settled on a job I didn't actually like, then I never would have reaped the benefits of my choices. So I'm really glad that I wasn't attached to a certain outcome because what came of it was so much better than I could have ever even imagined. So, how many times does this happen in your life? The key is trusting that life will always work out for you, even if your track record proves otherwise. So, you have to shift the energy. Like, if things don't always work out for you, and if you kind of have a crappy life right now, like I have a friend and she had the worst upbringing. She like had the worst opportunities in her life. Holy moly, this girl. And sometimes she's like, well, I have a hard time like having that abundance mentality that everything works out for me because it traditionally hasn't in the past. And I'm like, I get that. I get that. That would be hard. So, but it's not going to change if you don't shift the energy. So, you have to start attracting what you want instead of what you've always gotten. So, from now on, instead of saying nothing works out for me, or of course that happened, just my luck, of course my car broke down, try shifting your perspective to There's a reason that it happened this way, and how it's happening is how it's supposed to happen for my greater good, right? Then feel how your energy changes. Feel the shift. You start feeling lighter, more peaceful, and you're looking for opportunities wherever you are in whatever situation you're in. I hope that makes sense. I know it's kind of a lot. I know it's a little bit deep, but I promise if you try to implement it, your life will change for the good. So, are you ready to start our meditation? I like to create meditations around these mantras so that you can really get it into your DNA, like get it into your mind, ingrained in there, and just kind of give you a moment to meditate on it. So let's get ready to start our meditation. I want you to sit in a comfortable position. Sit up nice and tall and rest your palms face up if you're wanting to receive, or face down if you want to ground yourself. Take a few deep breaths. I want you to try to count inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. Start relaxing your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Release all the tension in your body. You have nowhere else to be but right here. I want you to focus on your breath. It's not forced. You're just bringing awareness to the air filling your lungs every time you inhale and the air leaving your lungs every time you exhale. Focus on how your clothes feel on your skin. The temperature in the room. The rise and fall of your chest. We are practicing being completely present in the moment. I want you to repeat the mantra, I am open to everything and attached to nothing. I love and accept people for who they are, not what I want them to be. I am open to new opportunities that flow into my life. I trust that life always works out for me, not against me. Everything that is happening in my life is for my highest and best good. How it's happening is how it's supposed to happen. I can adapt to any situation and I can control my outlook. I am at peace with the outcome, whatever it is. I can be open-minded about new ideas and thoughts in my life. want you to repeat the mantra, I am open to everything and attached to nothing, if your mind starts wandering. Just gently bring it back to the mantra, and I will give you a few minutes to meditate on this. I want you to slowly bring awareness to your fingertips. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes. I want to challenge you to take this mantra into your day and repeat it whenever you feel like you need a little extra reminder. I am open to everything and attached to nothing. Namaste. Thank you for joining us in today's episode. If you liked the content and want to hear more, remember to hit that subscribe button and write a review. As a small business owner, I appreciate it more than you know. If you are looking for a program to help with self-confidence, to lose weight, get in shape, and work on your mental, physical, and emotional health, check out my training programs on www.bodybybree.com. My team and I help to hold you accountable through the Body by Bree app, where you log in to see all your workouts, custom meal plan made specifically for you and your needs, and communication through the messenger. You are never alone when you're on the Body by Bree training program. Click the link in the show notes to get more information on how to transform your life from the inside out.